Part 2. The Construction of a Nobody. How Jeffrey Epstein Learned to Perform Power. Monsters are not born loud. Most people imagine predators as obvious. They imagine menace in the voice, darkness in the eyes, warning signs that scream danger. But history teaches a colder truth. The most effective predators do not frighten people. They impress them. They do not demand trust. They borrow it. Jeffrey Epstein did not arrive as a monster. He arrived as something far more acceptable. A man who seemed interesting. Section 1. A very ordinary beginning. Jeffrey Edward Epstein was born in 1953 in Brooklyn, New York. There was nothing remarkable about his early life. No inherited fortune. No aristocratic lineage. No elite upbringing. His parents were middle class. His childhood was unexceptional. His academic record was uneven. This matters because Epstein did not rise through brilliance. He rose through observation. Section 2. Learning how authority sounds. Epstein briefly attended college but never completed a degree. Yet later in life, he would be introduced as a financial genius, a brilliant mathematician, a visionary thinker. These titles were self-reinforcing myths. Epstein learned early something critical. People rarely verify credentials. When confidence fills the gap. He spoke carefully. He used technical language. He mirrored the speech patterns of academics and financiers. He didn't need to be brilliant. He only needed to sound legitimate. Section 3. The First Performance, Teacher. Epstein's first major role was as a teacher at an elite private school. This alone raises questions. No completed degree. No traditional qualifications. Yet he was hired. Why? Because elite institutions often prioritize demeanor, presentation, recommendations. This was Epstein's first lesson in elite access. Standards soften when prestige is assumed. Section 4. The Mentor Model. Epstein learned to attach himself to powerful individuals, not as an equal, not as a rival, but as a junior mirror. He listened more than he spoke. He flattered without appearing desperate. He absorbed language, mannerisms, and values. This strategy repeated throughout his life. Find someone powerful. Become useful. Become invisible. Become indispensable. He was not a leader. He was an attachment. Section 5. Intelligence as a costume. Epstein cultivated an image of intellectual depth. He surrounded himself with scientists, researchers, philosophers. He funded conferences. He hosted discussions. He asked questions that sounded profound. But people who interacted deeply with him later noted shallow understanding, recycled ideas, vague explanations. This was not accidental. Depth invites scrutiny. Vagueness invites projection. People projected brilliance onto him because he never contradicted them. Section 6. Why people believed him. Humans trust confidence more than truth. When someone appears calm, well-connected, financially secure, we assume competence. Epstein understood that trust is not earned logically. It is granted emotionally. And once granted, it is rarely revoked. Section 7. The Myth of the Genius Financier. By the 1990s, Epstein was widely described as a wealthy financier. But here's the uncomfortable detail. There is no clear public record of a large hedge fund, consistent client lists, transparent investment performance. His wealth existed, but its mechanism did not. This ambiguity became a feature, not a flaw. Mystery suggested exclusivity. Exclusivity suggested power. Section 8. Control through dependence. Epstein did not just accumulate money. He accumulated dependence. He helped people get funding, gain access, make introductions. Once someone benefited from Epstein, they had something to lose by questioning him. This is how soft power works. Not through threats, through entanglement. Section 9. The psychology of access. Epstein mastered the psychology of elite spaces. He understood. People want to feel chosen. People want proximity to power. People avoid rocking boats that benefit them. He offered private jets, exclusive dinners, rare introductions. In return, he gained silence, protection, disbelief when accused. Section 10. No fixed identity. One of Epstein's most disturbing traits was his lack of a stable self. He was whatever the room required. With scientists, a thinker. With financiers, a strategist. With politicians, a donor. With victims, an authority figure. This adaptability is not charisma. It is predatory intelligence. Section 11. Why nobody asked too much. People often ask, why didn't anyone investigate him earlier? Because investigation implies risk. Risk to reputation. Risk to funding. Risk to access. And Epstein offered access. So people asked the safer question. Why not? Section 12. The invisibility phase. By the time Epstein's name became known publicly, he was already entrenched. He was familiar, normalized, defended indirectly. He had passed the most dangerous phase of exposure. From then on, accusations would sound unlikely, because no one wants to believe. They misjudge someone for decades. Closing of Part 2. The dangerous truth. Jeffrey Epstein did not succeed because he was extraordinary. He succeeded because systems reward performance. Power prefers convenience. Confidence outpaces verification. He learned how to look like power before he ever had it. And once power believes in you, it becomes your witness. In the next part, we move from identity to infrastructure, from who Epstein pretended to be, to how his money appeared without explanation.